Check it out, friends. It's Lent. Are we supposed to be excited about Lent? I don't know. But welcome to family worship at Good Shepherd for the Lenten season. We are so excited that your family has chosen to join us this morning. Unfortunately, we can't be in the fellowship hall to worship together, but here I am with our stained glass and our purple sneakers and purple altar coverings for the season. Just a couple of announcements for you. One, if you are still interested in joining one of our small groups, there are a bunch of them. You should be able to get to them from the website. You're not too late. You can still join that. And that's a really great way to kind of deepen your experience of this season. We have a couple of family events coming up. One of them is a Bible Bowl on March 14 in the afternoon. Jen and Pastor Alex are going to be hosting that. Sounds like a big fun. And at some point, this is a teaser, at some point we're going to do another giant board game event in the parking lot. Hopefully when it is warmer and not 20 degrees outside, we'll have our giant Settlers of Catan, we'll have the Gaga pit, I almost called it the Lady Gaga pit, you know what I mean. Our giant Jenga, giant Connect 4, all kinds of stuff. Big fun, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. Otherwise, I want to wish you a happy Lent, but it's not really a happy season, is it? My dad always used to say, a meaningful Lent to you all. Welcome to worship. Happy Lent. Is it a happy Lent? Well, it's going to be this morning. We are hearing the story about Noah and the rainbow today. And so I thought I would share this song with you from when I was in youth ministry a million years ago. It goes like this. I see the morning breaking through the valleys and the hills. I see the morning breaking as I go, as I go. I see the morning breaking through the valleys and the hills. And I'm going home to Jesus. Bless my soul, rock and roll. Wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up! Yes, it was a song that the camp counselors used to wake us up. So, I will teach you the parts. Listen first. I see the morning breaking through the valleys and the hills. I see the morning breaking through the valleys and the hills. Listen again. I see the morning breaking as I go, as I go. I see the morning breaking as I go, as I go. Good. I see the morning breaking through the valleys and the hills. I see the morning breaking through the valleys and the hills. Me again. And I'm going home to Jesus. Bless my soul, rock and roll. And I'm going home to Jesus. Bless my soul, rock and roll. And you go, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Yeah, you got it. So let's just sing it all together. And the words will be on the bottom of your screen. If you can't read them or you forget the tune, don't worry about it. Just make it up as you go. No problem. This is meant to be just a fun wake-up song, okay? Ready? I see the morning breaking through the valleys and the hills. I see the morning breaking as I go, as I go. I see the morning breaking through the valleys and the hills. And I'm going home to Jesus. Bless my soul, rock and roll. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Gracious God, help us to remember that goodness is stronger than evil. Love is stronger than hate. Light is stronger than darkness. Life is stronger than death. Amen.
Good morning. Our story picks up towards the end of the Noah story today. So we are in Genesis chapter 9, and the flood has already happened. So if you didn't know, there was a big flood. Noah made this awesome ark. He gathered all the animals, and now the flood has receded. There is dry land, and Noah and the animals are starting to disembark or come off of the ark. And that's where our story starts today. And there's a really fancy word in our story. The fancy word is covenant, which is really just means promise. And so when you hear the word covenant this morning, I want you in your minds to think about the promise that God is making us. So like I said, the floodwaters have receded. The animals and Noah and his family, including his sons, are getting off of the ark. And God comes to Noah and his sons, and he has a conversation with them. And he says, I'm going to make you guys I'm going to make a covenant with you, which is, again, really just a promise. So I'm going to promise you guys and all of your descendants and all of these animals that I'm not going to flood the earth again, that the waters will not come and cover the earth, that is not something that I am going to do. And he says, very importantly, I'm going to give you a sign of this promise. I'm going to give you something to remind you that when you see this sign, that this is my promise. And so God said that there will be a bow in the sky, and that bow is going to come out of the clouds. And when we see this bow in the sky, we are to remember this promise that God gives us. And I want to read it for you out of Genesis, exactly what God had said. He said, I have set my bow in the clouds, and it shall be a sign of the covenant, the promise between me and the earth. When I bring clouds over the earth and the bow is seen in the clouds, I will remember my covenant that is between me and you and every living creature, and the waters shall never again become a flood to destroy the earth. And so I'm curious, have you guys seen a rainbow in the sky? I'm sure you all have, and they're super exciting because we don't see them very often. And they are a sign of God's promise to us to never flood the earth again, to always forgive us. And so just like Noah and his family were given the sign of the rainbow, we have that same sign now. And so when you see a rainbow, I hope you will remember God's promise to always keep us safe and to always forgive us.
Hi friends, we're going to try a different way of praying during this season of Lent. It's called praying in color, and it is in fact praying with crayons and paper. Should be a good fun time. So basically what you're going to need is a piece of blank paper. Could be white paper, could be colored paper, could be paper you've printed on before. Doesn't really matter, it's not magic. You're going to need some sort of marker or black crayon like Jackson has, maybe a pen, that's fine too. And then you're going to want some crayons or colored pencils or whatever you happen to have around. Again, doesn't really matter that much. It's the action that's important. So what we're going to start with is, as a family, you're going to talk about something you want to pray for. Could be a person, could be a situation in the world. What would you like to pray for, Jackson?
Pizza.
Pizza. Jackson would like to pray for pizza. Why do you want to pray for pizza?
Because I like pizza.
Because he likes pizza. If anybody doesn't know that yet, now you know. Okay, great. So we're going to pray a prayer of thanksgiving for pizza. You can pray all kinds of prayers. Maybe you want to pray for somebody who's sick or somebody who's hurting. Maybe you have prayers of thanksgiving you want to offer. That's great. So you're going to take your marker. Keep opening the big side of the marker. Take the marker. You're going to write the name of the person or the thing, the situation, in the middle of the page, like that. And then you're just going to draw a shape around it. Square, star, whatever. You want to draw one?
Yeah.
He has drawn a funky shape. I like it. Okay. Now, the first half of this praying in color is you're going to keep your black writing utensil, whatever it is, and you're just going to doodle. Draw like little zigzaggy bits. You might draw like swirls coming off of it. May I have that for just a second? You know, that kind of stuff, right? So you're going to draw all over it, and while you're doing that, while you're doing this black and white doodling, you're just bringing to mind, you're thinking about, maybe if you're in a family, you're even talking a little bit about this person or this thing. Why are we thankful for pizza, right? Or why are we praying for this person? Jackson loves pizza, right? Mm-hmm. And so we're thankful for it. We're thankful for having food in our bellies as we keep doodling. Mm-hmm. I'm going to draw some little like circles on the ends of my little pointy jagged bits because I don't know, I like circles. Okay, so Jackson and I feel as though we have doodled enough. We've talked about why we love pizza and why we're thankful for being able to eat delicious things and being able to have food in our bellies so that we can live and do the things that we love. And so now we're going to switch to the second half, which is coloring it. Praying in color, right? So you grab some colors. I'm going to get this blue and this purple because they were easily accessible. And you're just going to color it. And while you're coloring it, if you're doing it on your own, maybe you're thinking about this stuff. If you're in a group, maybe you're talking about it. And you want to name out loud what you hope for that person or that thing. So maybe if you're praying for coronavirus or for people who have coronavirus, maybe one of the things you hope for is that we get all the vaccinations out as fast as we can, right? Or maybe you're hoping that we can leave our houses soon or whatever the thing is, okay? So what do you hope about pizza?
I hope eventually that they make pizza that my dream pizza, tomato, basil, pepperoni, and sausage, onions, and pepper, and they put that in pizza restaurants.
Okay, so they would be on the menu so that Jackson hopes that his most favorite pizza idea that he's come up with will show up on like Dewey's menu or similar. Similarly, and because I'm a boring adult, when I think of pizza and I'm thinking of prayer, one of the things I'm hoping for is that people will be fed, because there's so many people who are hungry out there. I hope that, like, as I think about the tasty things that our family gets to cook, I hope that people can afford food, that they can enjoy making their food, I even think about gardening. I think about how I hope that people can do more home gardening and have fresh foods, fresh tomatoes, and can enjoy the food that way, right? So we're gonna. Let's keep going. Let's do some more. What do you think?
Perfect.
Good? Now you'll notice your praying in color prayer does not have to be good. That's not the point. The point is that you as a family worked on it together, that you prayed on it together, that you prayed for that person. And the recognition that we can pray in all kinds of ways. You can pray by walking, you can pray by cooking, you can pray by coloring, you can pray just by sitting in silence, all kinds of ways. We would love to see what your family comes up with in praying with color.
Ready? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Amen.
Joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain in my soul. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain in my soul. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean in my soul.
Holy God, holy and mighty, holy immortal one, have mercy upon us. Amen.
Every time I feel that spirit. Every time I feel the spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. And every time I feel the spirit moving in my heart, I will